How did you get into dentistry?
I already told you guys this story. Do I have to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. So in 1974, on June 25th.
Pineapple.
Okay, let me skip ahead 35 years. All right. So I had a business in like 2006 to 2009. And we were providing a service to businesses to, find customers. It's kind of like a lead generation product. And it was not going well, especially in the credit crunch and all that kind of stuff that happened back then. And one of the things that I had figured out, like right towards the end of the collapse of this business, was I figured out how to get a business to show up on the front page of Google in the Google Maps section. So the Google Maps product had launched like 2 or 3 years earlier, kind of in a limited release. But so it was super, super early, but Google just added this into their search engine results page. And at that time, you could set up a listing and you could basically fill out the information for the listing and do a couple of little things, and it would just show up on the front page of Google search, right? And we're like, I'm like figuring this out, like in the last throes of this company going under. Okay, so I had a business partner, and I got cleaned out. I went bankrupt in this company, and but I'd figured this out like right at the end of this collapse, right, of this company. And so I called another buddy of mine that I had worked with in a previous organization, a sales company. And I said, his name is Seth. I said, Seth, dude, I'm out. I just got cleaned out, and I am just not, I can't go back to the kind of the corporate sales world. I wasn't willing to. I've been in sales for years, telesales and stuff, and I just couldn't go back to it. It's killing me. I said, and that's where I'd met him, Seth. I'd actually trained him. And he's like, well, dude, I'm out of work too. My company, which was a dental marketing company, just went out of business. They had, he was the sales manager. The owner had oversold print mail, taken the money from print mail and invested it into another project. And then that project failed. And so he had this $1 million bill to fund print mail, and he couldn't do it. Company collapsed. And I said, well, I've got this product. I can get a business to show up on the front page of Google. Doesn't take much work and effort. There's some ongoing kind of maintenance to it and whatnot, but I think this is a really good product. If you can get a business on the front page of Google, they'll get phone calls, He's like, well, I have 3,500 dental practice names and contact information from these people that bought marketing content or marketing services from this old company. And it had gone under, and the database wasn't, he knew the owner well, and the guy didn't care if we used the list. And so we just took the list and started calling. Out of my closet, I didn't have an office or anything like that. I was working out of the closet where the water heater is at in my apartment. I'd lost my home. And so we just started calling dentists, say, hey, we can get you on the front page of Google. So we started selling an SEO service, basically. And that's how we landed in dentistry. So what happened is, to further kind of like explain and answer your question, we started with that product, and we quickly added social media. And when you start developing marketing campaigns, especially when you're doing creative imagery, video, that kind of stuff, if you want it to work well, it has to be hyper-focused on the industry that you're in. So what happened is we just kind of like got really narrow in the content creation. And because we started in dentistry and we got a good name for ourselves, we started getting referrals in dentistry, and it just kind of like, we just went deep into dentistry. And there were a couple times over the last, because we've been doing this for 15 years, there were a couple times where we got some big contracts to go outside of dentistry. We went into optometry for a period of time, got a few hundred clients in optometry, and we just don't like anybody else. We kind of like to work with dentists.